some coffee into me. Some coffee into me. We are live.
Are we live? Officially live on air?
Let me double check.
In the cloud on the YouTube?
I'm known to screw this up sometimes.
Well, in case you haven't screwed up, I'm Joe Arko, Regan Rogerson.
Video, no, it's not made for kids. I know you're going to end up swearing.
I'll do my best, ladies and gentlemen, to keep this PG-13.
Good morning, everybody. I see there's 5 of you out there waiting. Who's here? State your name.
Good morning, everyone. I feel like this is like live with Regis and Kelly right now.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Live with Regan and Joey.
Can you guys see us and hear us okay? For those of you that joined us yesterday, I'm still on the same old camera due to my clumsiness tripping over the E09 cable, but by next week we'll be back to normal. So there'll be a little bit of Tron action with my hands and stuff.
I don't get HD quality is what you're saying?
What's that? No, no, you don't.
I don't mind being pixelated. That's okay.
No, it's on order. So good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Sharon.
So guys, as I had preluded to yesterday, this is a special Thursday edition live stream. If it goes well, it could lead to more Thursday edition live streams. We don't know. With me today, as mentioned, okay, no, you're not going to start this now.
We got some puppies over here.
Is Joe Arko. Joe Arko is one of the very top fitness business consultants in the country right now. I think you guys are very fortunate for the fact that he usually charges for this stuff, but because we're pals, you guys are getting it for free. So this is a great opportunity to ask Joe questions. Joe has been spending the better part of the last year redesigning how people do fitness, trying to understand how to work in a post-COVID world, because as we all know, for personal trainers, it's not going to be the same. And if you guys think it's going to go back to normal, I hate to break the news, but it's not. So with that, we're also going to do at least a couple of live channel assessments today, time permitting. If for any reason we don't get to that, Krista, Val, and Kirsten, I will still give those to you free of charge off air, but we are going to try and get to them today.
Such a good guy.
We should get to them. It depends how many questions we have. I want your guys' questions first, obviously. So, Case Pilates, welcome. Victoria Sequence. Kirsten, you made it. Awesome. Everybody's here. So, guys, right off the bat, like, you know what? Let me just give the floor to you because I know he talks more than I do. So I should slow it down here. Why don't you kind of explain yourself exactly what you do, what you're doing and stuff, just to give them an understanding so they know, might help them with questions.
Sure. I'll give the 60-second version of the Joe Arko story. I've been in the fitness industry since 1999. That means before internet, before all that fancy stuff. Spent 22 years in this industry so far. Started at big box gyms, worked my way up to small studios. Own my own 8,000 square foot performance center. I've had my own certification courses. I've traveled all over the world teaching, coaching. For the last 5 years, I've been doing business coaching and personal development coaching with people, teaching the fitness and the coaching industry how to monetize their passion, how to convert their passion into profits, into really how to run a business that's not running them, but to run a profitable business, but also have a nice, meaningful, fulfilling life. That is the Coles Notes version of what I do.
And the way that I've kind of explained it as well, guys, like Joe's value, especially with you guys, I know the main focus of this channel is always growing that YouTube channel, but typically as trainers, we marry this digital product to kind of a bigger picture, which is either personal training businesses. Would you guys knock it off? You were fine all morning.
We got a show to do here.
Whether it be a personal training business, whether it be selling online products, anything like that. This would be the guy that's going to be able to help you kind of marry all that stuff together as well. And worth noting as well as Joe does it with his partner, Sarah, who's not with us today, but maybe we'll get her on in a future show. So do you guys have any questions? You want us to jump into channel reviews? You tell us. And while I'm waiting for you guys to say something, so what are you like? Because him and I have talked about twice in the last year because of obvious situations and that, but this COVID has had to have knocked you on your ass as well.
Oh yeah.
I know you're not one to stay on your ass, but like quite frankly, like what is your pitch now to people? Like, what are you telling people? Because obviously people need you more than they did probably even before.
Right.
But now all of a sudden you're being thrust into this new situation fresh, just like them. So what have you guys been up to?
Well, let's put things in perspective here. So March 13th, 14th of last year, I still remember the day. It was Thursday, and we got the announcement. I was at our headquarters. We had a beautiful location where we did all of our consulting, coaching, certification courses. We were getting ready to host our second annual summit. And we find out the NBA is shutting down. We find out the NHL is shutting down. We found out that this crazy virus from overseas is now upon us, and we don't know what's going on. And literally overnight, we watched our businesses crumbled. We watched everything shut down. We ended up losing our physical location as well. And much like all of you guys, learning to, I hate the word, but learning to pivot in this new age that we call the post-COVID, whatever you want to call it. For the last year, what we did is we doubled down on our clients, meaning that we put all of our attention on our current clients and seeing what needs they had. We did a lot more than we usually do. We changed our services. We learned to adapt, put things online, but mostly just listening to what people needed, and it changed so much month to month. We talked about this. We watched so many people claiming to know what to do, which I think is just ridiculous. But basically what we did is we listened. We took the time to say, like, what needs to be done? What help do you need? And how do I create a product now to solve that problem?
Yeah.
And I think what people need to realize is that we get paid for the problems that we solve, not for what we like to do.
Yeah.
Not for what we're just passionate about doing, but we get paid to solve problems. So as situations change, problems change as well. And so really looking to identify what the problems constantly are with our clients. And as those change, we had to adapt and change our business to make sure that we were constantly solving problems better than anyone else and making sure that our clients can keep moving forward.
Yeah. Whenever all this happened, it made me think of that quote by Mike Tyson about everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face. And I really think it applies here, because I know a lot of people that thought they had some kick-ass personal brands digitally until they realized they had nothing, because that's all they had, and that didn't accumulate to actually making some money. So that's one thing out of this that I do think is going to be beneficial to a lot of people that do come out of it, is that they're going to have a better digital brand, because they had to go almost a year with only relying on a digital brand. So I think people should come out of this better. But definitely I've been telling people to put the digital first. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but to me, it's like, I just don't trust that this isn't going to happen again. And at least with, whether it be YouTube or what have you, like I've said to you privately, I make more money off my YouTube channel than I did off my health club. And that speaks volumes about how hard it was running that health club. Yeah. But it also speaks volumes as to how, if you put the time in, your YouTube channel can do well. Now, I'm not talking about tens of thousands of dollars. I didn't make a lot of money off the health club, but it's still the equivalent of a small salary that, when trouble hits, that keeps going. Even if I couldn't make another video for the rest of this year, that's going to keep making money. And that's where we're trying to get you guys at. So. And
where are the questions at?
They're coming.
Where are they at? Where are they at? Pick our brains.
I know I saw one.
I see a lot. So can I just start shooting the shit here?
Yeah.
So I see a lot of people looking for, like, give me suggestions on my page, review my page.
Yeah.
Here's what I would recommend people doing. Audit your own page. Ask yourself the question, what problems am I solving and who am I solving them for? Just as simple as that. What problems am I solving and who am I solving them for? And one thing that really amazed me, and I'm going to admittedly say, like, I'm the old dude. Like we're in our 40s. Like I'm still clutching to the old world. Like people keep talking about this like reset and stuff. I'm like, no, don't push the button. Like I'm old. I want to keep knocking on doors and doing live events and doing that stuff. But I realize that it's inevitable. Things change, things constantly change, and things are going very digital. I kind of smile because I came across something, Regan, that you and I did a long time ago. It was a DVD that you and I created for my assessment course. And this is probably going back about 6 years now.
Yeah.
And I thought when I first had this, I'm like, wow, I have a DVD that I can give people and they can put it and they can watch this course. I saw this thing the other day and I'm like, what useless piece of crap this is now. And it wasn't that long ago, but information is being shared so differently now.
Yeah.
And I can't believe like it wasn't that long ago till we were doing, DVDs and print and, stuff like that. And now everything is so quick in terms of information. And if you're not really getting on this stuff, you're going to be left behind.
Well, that was the whole reason. And I've talked about it on this channel that I fell ass backwards into shooting fitness DVDs. It was not, I didn't even go to school for that. I went to school for broadcast journalism, learned something about filming, ended up filming a home gym workout that got a 14-year licensing deal, ended up filming a really overpriced workout that I still have boxes at the top shelf over there. And then I started filming these little mini workouts in my garage. I revamped my garage in this tiny studio, and I got another licensing deal for a green coffee bean company who was buying like 6,000 of these a month. I was doing great. And then all of a sudden you start seeing DVD sales are going down and down and down. And that's why I jumped into an actual real career for a while, because I didn't know DVDs were going down. Netflix was an idea. It was essentially kind of laughed at by Blockbuster and stuff. I didn't know what was coming next. So for 3 years, I basically went off grid, did the corporate thing. And then as soon as I started seeing all of these digital platforms popping up, I'm like, I'm coming back. And so I came back and started doing this because now like the opportunity is enormous. But that's the thing is you can get that video off the DVD if you want to actually post it.
Oh, and we've filmed it like 5 times already, and I've got all the new stuff on the YouTube channel, so it's okay.
So we got a question come Kirsten QuickFit. I use Zoom for my online workouts. Do you know of any other platform? What do you use? I don't do live workouts, Kirsten. I've never really tried it. I mean, the only lives I do are this. And I would recommend setting something up with a camera and with OBS, only because it's I've seen some really good instructors do Zoom workouts that were really horrible, just because the production value is so bad, the audio is so bad. Like the platform that we use for this is StreamYard. It's an online platform, and I've got a video that's on the channel, basically showing you how you can get set up for probably under $200 to do a really good polished live stream. Because if you're going to go that route, and I think it's a great idea, but do it right. I think if you kind of half-ass it and try and set up your phone and live stream and do it over Zoom, I have not seen very many good Zoom workouts. The only time this really works is if you've got a ready-made clientele. Like if you've got a, if you're teaching classes and then your gym shuts down, then it's a quick fix. But if you're going to do it for your channel, I would suggest setting it up properly, and so you get at least a nice clear picture. Because even this is bad quality for me, as you can see by my hand.
Look, I'm in the Matrix right now.
But if you look back, don't look at this week's videos, but the other ones, it's pretty clear. There's not a lot of money put into this. It's just a few little cables. It's hardwiring your laptop to your modem, and just to ensure your internet connection's high. And it's not that difficult to do. So that would be my recommendation on that. But I think if you are going to stick to those platforms, Zoom's probably as good as any. That's what most people are using that I've heard.
Let's talk about that one.
Val, I see you there. Heavy management manager section trying to get you access. Worst case, Val, we can look at the front end of the page, and Joe can look at some of the workouts and stuff, because that would be his forte anyway. And you and I can talk with the analytics behind the scenes. Worst case. Kirsten, the fitness industry is saturated, especially for us a little older, yikes, trying to find a niche in the fitness industry.
Every industry's always been saturated. Mm-hmm. You go to the real estate industry, first thing they complain about, everyone wants to be a real estate agent. You get into the grass cutting industry, and everyone wants to cut grass. Like, there's always going to be saturation. And I think the issue is not looking at the saturation rate. It's just looking at how good you are at networking and solving problems for people. Yeah. And to me, that's always been the number one thing, no matter what you do. It doesn't matter how many people are doing what you do. A really good book that I'd really recommend reading on this would be Purple Cow. Purple Cow is an amazing book on how to stand out, how to get your brand to be a little bit different than everyone else's, so that people are taking notice of you. Even if you aren't doing anything different than, let's say, your competition is, people are seeing you over them.
Yeah. Purple Cow.
Purple Cow, great book.
Hey, Barbara, glad you made it.
Looks like we're looking out the window, but we're looking at the screen over here, looking at all the questions.
I know, because I'm used to being in the center, so now I'm like trying to see the screen from here. Good morning, Kim. Guys, mark in the comments where you guys are all from. I know, but Joe doesn't know where everyone's from, so let's show him how global we are. Living Love Fit. Hey, Regan, I feel a bit stuck right now. I'm in the UK and we're in strict lockdown. I plan to make really polished videos in a studio or gym. This was my business model. Roll with the punches, dude. That's the easiest thing I can say. You know, no matter where you are, if you're in a studio or a gym or your living room or your basement, your first 50 to 100 videos are someday are going to suck. You're going to look back at them and you're going to see how bad they really are. And that's just a fact. That's not insulting towards you or anybody, but start firing them off now. You better not be biting the couch. Start making them up now. And really, as long as you've got a good, clear picture, as long as people can hear you okay. I mean, if you get a chance, go to Hit Your Goals. I've worked a little bit with Kim, and Kim is working out of just a smaller room in her house. And her videos are fantastic. They're very clear. Her lighting's good. She's got good audio. It's a perfect example of making a really polished, nice video. Another channel is Annaline's channel. I don't know if she's here. I know Case Pilates. She works out of her home. Very nice, clean picture. It's really just clean video. Whatever room you're working in, make sure that the windows aren't behind you. Make them to the side or in front of you so you get that light. You can still make them very good. You don't need to be in the gym, and there's no better time to get started because this is high season right now. Anything to add?
Yeah, you know what? And the reality is you're not alone. Everyone feels stuck too. Use that to your advantage.
Yep.
Hey guys, just like you, I am tired of this effing lockdown, but hey, how can we make the most out of it? Today, I want to show you 3 or 4 easy moves that you can do with just a stool. 3 or 4 easy moves that you can do while you're brushing your teeth, whatever it may be. Use it to your advantage. Be the guy because they'll be able to relate to you as well. So point out, hey, just like you, I feel stuck, but I'm not making excuses. And here's a couple of tips that I can give you today to make your day, whatever, blah, 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 and help solve their problem.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, as long as it's quality, and it's not shitty quality, you can barely hear yourself, and it looks really good, who cares where you are? People just want to be led.
Yeah, and again, perfect example. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it really quick now. First video I did, I had one camera, standard definition. I shot my entire, this is just a home gym video, and I'd never shot anything before. Shot it in a garage, essentially. I hung 3 of those brick, those brick paneling things just to make it look like brick. And then I rolled a little bit of vinyl hardwood floor, did all this minimal budget. Like that video at the time was like $3,000, and shot all my B-roll after the fact and then tried to mix it together later. 14-year licensing deal. Then I decided that I was the Robert Rodriguez of fitness DVDs. So then I spent almost $50,000 on my next big series, hired great trainers to do it, flew them all into Prince Edward Island where I was living at the time.
I know where this is going to go.
And that video, I don't know to this day, it's been 12, 13 years. I'm not sure if I made my money back on it yet. And as I said, there's literally, he can see it. There's 14 boxes of DVDs of that same DVD. And again, it was a great DVD in much higher production quality. And I brought in crew and all that. So after that, it's like, well, I'm not doing that again. Yeah. So then I basically flipped a few pieces of fitness equipment, made enough money to take this little single car garage, turn it into a little makeshift studio, painted the walls, hardwood vinyl floor to make it look nice, and got a licensing deal. And these videos, if you go into my actual channel, some clips from those videos, look at like stability ball videos in my Trainer Hub channel, they're still on there. And like I sold a ton of those. So you don't know what's going to be good, what's going to be bad, and what's going to click. The people doing your videos are at home. So they may feel more of a connection to you that you're at home too. Yeah. With my channel, last year, when I started doing this channel, I was just producing the videos, my workout channel. Once COVID hit, I couldn't get my trainers to come in anymore. So I am certified as a trainer, but I had no intentions of going on camera and doing these workouts, but I had to keep it going because now COVID's hit, my channel's growing, but I have no workouts. So I went on and I was out of shape. I hadn't trained in forever. And I never trained that hard hit cardio style stuff. So I'm dying on camera. And as it turned out, people loved that because people were relating to me because they're seeing me grow with them and get back in shape. So you don't know. And my recommendation would be just to, do stuff now. Find fitness with Sharon. How do you feel about short videos? I do some short and many 30 minutes. Why don't you tell them the story of the trap bar deadlift video?
the trap bar deadlift that went viral. I'm going to answer the question with a question. Okay. And to me, the length of the video is going to be dependent on what the video is about and what your viewer needs.
Yeah.
And so put it this way. So if your target audience are busy professionals or busy moms, 30-minute videos might not be the best thing because they don't really have a lot of time.
Yep.
If you have people that you know are interested into podcasts, they listen to things on their drive or watch things on their drives and things like that, they have a lot of time, then maybe you're meeting the demand of what the audience needs. Generally speaking, if you look at any famous person's like YouTube channel, they'll have a series of like those like 3 to 5 minute videos to kind of captivate you and then lead you into a longer one. My recommendation is again, depending on what you're trying to do, if it's a longer workout video, you could have a 2 to 3 minute summary of that video. And if someone wants the full video, obviously to work out too, I would make it a little bit longer. But without the context of what the video is and who it's serving, it's a bit challenging to answer that question.
Yeah. It depends too, Sharon, if you're talking about like a short workout video or like a short tutorial piece. But in terms of the time, the amount of time, like I have shot 10-minute workout videos with instructors that came in who were just tired and they wanted to fire off a quick one. I threw them up thinking that they would do terrible and they did really well. The fact of the matter is sometimes we produce our own content based on what we want people to do. And I hate to say it, but I would guess that 75 to 80% of the people doing fitness content on YouTube, they don't want to be working out. And they're looking for short workouts. And then that's why they fall for this, 5-minute abs, 2-minute abs, like that kind of thing, because they want to get maximum results in minimum time. Now, we don't want to bait people and give them poor content, but it doesn't hurt to do some quick, maybe somebody doesn't want to do a complete, sweaty workout in the morning. Maybe they just want to get up and for 10 minutes do something to get the blood flowing before the kids get up. So that would be a great 10-minute workout video. And then when it comes to tutorials, most of them only have to be 2 or 3 minutes. But as I had said to you guys too, we talked about this yesterday, shorts right now are popular on YouTube because YouTube has decided that they want to try and take out TikTok. So and I know some of the people on here, Val had success doing shorts, and Val's, on average getting a few hundred views on a video. She did a short and got something like 6,000 views, if I'm not mistaken. And that was just 3 weeks ago. So they're rewarding people doing short haul content right now. So it doesn't hurt to try it. Even if it doesn't totally match the aesthetic of your channel, try it out, because if it drives traffic to your channel, there'll be some residual value in subscribers. So go for it. Val, you figured it out? Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, you send me that thing when you have a chance, and I'll do it on my phone here. Regan, can you roll vinyl flooring over carpet? Thought of that, but wasn't sure if it was. No, don't roll vinyl flooring over carpet. That would be a mess. It was fine because I had just cement floor. So don't worry about it. It's funny too, because your setup's good, Kim. Probably 10 years ago, before I actually had a studio in this building, I shot a video in this building when it was empty. And you guys can't see it unless you go look at my videos, but the floor in here is 125-year-old hardwood floor with cracks and everything else. I bought 3 rolls of massive vinyl flooring to cover it, to shoot a Pilates video in here. And I realized what overkill that was in hindsight, because the floor, I like the floor. It's got this rustic look. It works with the old beat up walls and stuff. Sometimes we overthink it. So yeah, definitely don't put vinyl over that. Yours looks fine as it is. Again, it just looks like a small space, and I think it's relatable for people. Val was a 24 sub to my channel. Probably Val. Hey, Elite Fitness. I'm glad you made it. Barbara, what do you think about no talking, voiceover, and recording with microphone in the videos? I I think it's good, Barbara. I know. I think you know Krista from Case Pilates. She does that a lot. I think as long as the voiceover is nice and clear, it's good. I have no issues with no talking videos because that's what my channel is, and there are a lot of people that don't like it, and they let me know daily. But the people that like it love it, and that has become my niche. People, I get the same comments all the time when I get the positive ones. Is that there's no. It's not about me. It's not, the instructor doesn't come on and smile and have their makeup all perfect. We walk in, we train, we get it. We don't talk. Everything is just basically time cues. And the whole purpose of my channel is to give you that gym feel where you can basically crank up whatever motivates you for tunes, because we have no music in our videos. You get the audio cues from the TV and you just do your thing. So if talking is not your strong suit, and this is the thing, guys, too often we try and emulate success stories we see on YouTube, you know, these channels that are doing it right, but we all have different personalities. Some of us can get on and just talk our asses off and have no problem doing that. Some of us are a little more camera shy. So you need to accentuate the positives and hide the negatives. And Barbara, if you're not as comfortable being on camera and speaking to the camera, then definitely play around with some ways to basically, you know, do no talking or time, or like text elements or voiceover, or whatever you think is the best way to do it.
Let's beta test some of that. See what your audience likes.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we do some like yoga and stuff with the kids, and I actually like some of the one where it's just a voiceover and I can just kind of watch. It's got some prompts for me, and because like I can't really see what she's doing all the time, so it's nice having that voiceover to kind of remind me. So it suits the video, and again, it suits the avatar and the purpose of what that video is shot for.
And we know too, like, I mean, anytime that I've done fitness product videos in the past, like I'll always hire you, because I know even if you just have bullet points that you're going to be able to present it with little preparation, where other people will come on and if I hire just a generic trainer, they're going to come on and not be good on camera. It's just the way it is. So yeah, some people are comfortable in those situations. Some people aren't.
Either of you have,
which one? Here, we'll try Zenil here. Good morning, Zenil. I use YouTube to work out, and it's true. Short, straight to the point workout, or those 100 squats short videos really work. I agree. Victoria Sequence, Joe and Regan, do either of you have info on working on your pitch for virtual community? Not sure what you mean, Victoria. Do you mean like you're trying to develop a community, like a members community outside of your free channel? Just specify on that, and I'm sure we have lots to say about it. We have lots to say about everything. Sharon. So I've been doing this about 7 months, definitely an increase of subs and watch hours over the last couple of months. My console reading helped too. Just feel like views are limited. Yeah, Sharon, we'll have to go back and kind of do an update and look at your analytics and see what's happening. Like, Sharon's got really good videos. She's got real nice, clean shots. She has a gentleman that helps her with the filming who obviously knows what he's doing. She's just having a hard time. This would be a good one, Sharon, to speak with Joe about it, and we'll see if we can hop over in your channel actually afterwards here, because she's got the boxes checked, but her views are a little bit less. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Just so confused by this.
Oh, which one?
What are you pitching for this virtual community?
Here it is.
Yeah.
Outside or within, just wanted to get more comfortable.
So I don't know if she means, how do you have, like, do you want to get more comfortable just talking about your pitch and speaking about your pitch, or just more comfortable talking?
Probably what kind of a pitch is going to lock people down. Yeah, are you talking about a pitch for like a paid tier, Victoria?
So I think of the word pitch, I'm trying to convince someone to do something.
Yeah, so Victoria does mainly live stream workouts on YouTube. I've done some work kind of revamping her page a little bit and just kind of getting the aesthetic of it looking nice. So I'm thinking, just let us know for sure, Victoria, if you're talking about creating a members tier or just getting more subscribers onto your channel. Like, where are you thinking I'm pitching to? I think I know what you're talking about. I just want to make sure before I go off for 5-6 minutes.
What do you recommend for video editing, Regan?
For video editing?
Yeah.
I mean, oh, 1 sec, guys. Every 20 minutes. And we're back.
So for the technically challenged? Is there some software you recommend that are easy, like the Canva of Photoshop?
I've heard of a few, and I've experimented with a few free softwares that are out there. I think Mavi is one of them. And quite honestly, guys, there comes a point, it really depends if this is a hobby or a potential business. I mean, if I was consulting with any of you, I'd be telling you to wait for one of the big sales and get a subscription to Adobe Premiere, because it's very easy to use. It just works really well, and you're not templating something together. Boys, get out of there. Come on.
Would you say it's user friendly?
Yeah, I mean, there's a learning curve to anything.
Like Photoshop?
I only started using Premiere probably 2 years ago. For years, I used Final Cut Pro, and essentially Adobe Premiere became much more dominant in the industry, and my clients and agencies that hire me, they're using Premiere, so they wanted me on Premiere. So literally, as I'm building my agency, I'm having to teach myself Premiere, and it was a different interface. So it'll take a little bit of time, but fitness videos are not that difficult. You're just basically stacking camera shots, chopping it up, and adding a little bumper on each end. But yeah, I mean, with any business, there is an investment, whether it's equipment or product or whatever your employees. This is no different. If your goal here is a business and growing a community and monetizing it, every once in a while there will be a little investment, and it's not always going to pay off right away. So I'm definitely a Premiere guy, but yeah, I have heard of people that have been using some free software and having good luck with it. But I think their success is based on, there's no what's the word I'm looking for?
Learning curve.
Yeah, like they're basing it only on that software.
Right.
So whereas when I go and try these free softwares, I realize how primitive they are in comparison to getting a good software like a Final Cut or an Adobe Premiere or something like that.
So let me ask you this question. As a person like myself, who's like, my phone's cracked, broken, I really don't care, I'm a technological person, and I want to make some good videos. How much do you really recommend that post-production? So the video's now done.
Yeah.
I've said some awesome words. I sound great. But how much emphasis do you really put on that post-production? Does it make that big of a difference?
Yeah, it makes a difference. It kind of depends on what you're doing. With fitness videos, there has to be a certain polishedness to it, just because you have to look at your competition. Doesn't have to be the greatest setting. It doesn't have to be the greatest camera, but the camera has to be, set at the right level. It has to be, level, not tilted sideways. It can't have fingerprint smudges on. Like, those are all little things you can take care of. So, but the post-production is important. When I do my videos, I do overkill on my videos. I do a 3-camera shoot because I've got access to 3 cameras and I have enough space in the studio. But the nice thing about it is that it helps me when I'm filming myself. There's always a chance something can go wrong, whether it's a dog runs in and takes a shit on the floor in front of me or whatever. But when I have the different camera angles, I'm able to jump around and basically, boys, settle, and basically protect it from something going wrong and me having to film the whole thing over again. Because that's the thing, is I just don't have the time to refilm stuff. Not to say you guys have to do 2-camera, 3-camera shoots. 1 is fine. I always recommend shooting 4K if you can, even if it's with your phone, because when it's 4K, you can punch in the video, which means basically zoom it in without any loss of quality. So let's say if you got that nice shot and you're going to the floor to do an ab exercise, you can punch it in so it looks like you change camera angles, which just gives people that little visual break from that one flat shot. Yeah, so there's little things like that you can do, that you need to do in post-production, as opposed to just filming and slapping it onto YouTube. Because I've seen, like I've told you guys, I creep YouTube all the time. One of my favorite things is typing in like HIIT workout or kettlebell workout, and then I'll look at videos that are posted that day or within the last hour, because there's so much fitness content, and it's always the big creators that get bumped to the top. And I've seen people that you can tell are really good instructors, but their production quality is so horrible. The average viewer, and again, very few people are going to be able to see past the production quality to say, oh wow, he's really skilled at kettlebells. All they're going to see is poor production quality, and then you automatically get dumped into that category with all the other crap videos.
Right.
It's a combination of attention span and just, it is what it is. It's so having a nice polished, clean shot. It doesn't have to be over the top. Every one of you guys are capable of doing this without spending a lot of money or anything like that. But it definitely, some time has to be put into it. That's why I would recommend, I've talked to somebody who's on this live stream right now, and she knows who she is, who's getting a little bit burned out from doing workouts. And I told her that she's doing 5 workouts a week and scale it back a little bit and take some of the pressure off. And I recommend to any of you guys, I built my channel up to a good monetized channel, producing less than 1 video a week on average. I took 3 months off at one point just because I was busy with other projects for clients. And, but for the most part, it's 1 video a week. And my channel's not the one to go to for 30-day programs and stuff, but people like the style of the videos or whatever it is. So I did 1 video a week. Once you're fully populated, 1 video a week, and I make sure it's a pretty good one as much as I can. So yeah, that's my take on that. I'm very big on production quality. So, and how many questions have we missed in the last? Okay, so Val uses video. Okay. Joe for just going through, catching up on questions here, guys. Thank you for Joe. My Zoom class is talking in front of the camera is fine, but for me, I don't feel comfortable at the moment while recording. Thanks for your advice. Yeah, just try it the other way, Barbara, and just see how it goes. Again, we live in a world where we don't have to guess anymore. The analytics are going to tell you. So that's the nice thing. Okay, so what Victoria's talking about is just drawing more of an audience to her channel. Do you want me to bring her channel up? You can see.
Sure.
So we'll bring up some channels, guys, as we're going here. Victoria, you're okay if we bring up your channel and Joe can have a look? Just let me know because we're going to bring it up on screen. Dun, 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 I'm going to bring it up over here. She'll see it too. Whoa, that wasn't the one.
Whoa.
Stop. There we go. Let's try this again. Try this one. There we go. So, so Victoria tries to capitalize on getting a live audience.
What is the benefit of the live audience?
I think it's good. Like if you're, for example, like when you had EPC, let's say you taught classes there and you get cracked by COVID.
Yep.
To keep your audience hanging in there, you're basically filling in, like you're creating that kind of that herd audience that comes in. For watch time, it's great. Like as I said, we've got 14 people watching this right now, and it accumulates a lot of time. So for growing the channel and monetizing it, it's very important. For developing a community, it's important because if people like the videos, then you know that whether it's once a week or 3 times a week, you might get 8 to 10 or 15 people, whatever it is, that jump in and will do your workouts every week. So it's good for keeping them focused on you.
Okay.
Those are the main things.
Okay. The reason why I asked in terms of the live, because I mean, I look at this in a couple different things. If you already, let's say you had a studio and now you're putting live classes in, like you're trying to create what I call the bunker.
Yeah. A
safe place for your clients to continue being led by you. One of the things you have to consider though, if you're looking for that live audience, when I look at why people are coming to us, hiring us, getting information, they are coming to us because we're looking to solve one of 5 problems.
Yeah.
They are looking to us for accountability. We are looking for motivation, to save time, for knowledge or reassurance. Mm-hmm. And so for a lot of times, if people are like, hey, I want to do a workout. Cool, I got the reassurance. I went online. I know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
If it's live, the number one problem you're solving is accountability.
Yeah.
And so one thing you have to be aware of is only people at that time that are free are going to be your target market.
Yeah.
So depending on the time frame, what it is that you're doing, if it's not convenient for them and they want to come back and watch it later on, that's what I would look at first. Like, why the live and what's the next stage? So if you're looking for people who are like without that appointment, because you're basically looking for people who aren't just want to work out, they won't work out without an appointment.
Yeah.
And that's what you're solving by saying come live.
Stop it.
My next question would be, if they don't show up live, they can still watch it later.
Yes.
So then what's the major advantage then of doing it live? Is there support? Are there, you know, are you answering questions, things like that, like we're doing right now? Because to get people to
it's emulating a class environment. That's why, you know, like Barbara mentioned with the Zoom workouts, it's trying to.
What's that picture? Go ahead.
What's that?
Yeah, well, let's put it back for a second.
One of the problems I think, Victoria, that you need to keep in mind, and this is for me as well. I love doing the live streams because it gives me a chance to interact with you guys. I think it's great for you guys to be doing that. Live streams on their own don't tend to have a lot of staying power. You'll get that surge of people that will watch it and do it live. But once it's old, it's old. And then what happens is that live workouts are never as polished. Just like this live stream is not as polished as the videos that I produce. Now, I've had people say they like these better than the videos I even produce because it seems more real. But that's the thing is that when you're just doing live streams, like you'll see after I do a live stream, I tend to take 2 or 3 little shorts if there's really good points that are made during the live stream, and I'll produce them and put them up separately. Because a lot of people don't go sit through a 90-minute, 2-hour live stream after the fact. So what I'll do is I'll pull some shorts from. That's just my way of getting more out of it, and then it's done. But I personally, when I look at my live streams, once I've done it, it's done. Whatever I gain from it, whether it be subscribers or watch time or things like that, it's done when I turn this off today. And my only residual after that is that I'm going to get a few little nuggets that I might be able to create little quick videos with, just to keep stuff flowing on the channel. So I think your next step is going to be to start actually working on producing a video a week, where you're not live, where, you know, the camera's set up properly, and you're really focusing more on getting that quality there. Because I think that's what's happening, is that when people are coming, people that do your lives, you can promote the lives and you can build an audience with that. There's no denying that. But the people that are just looking for workouts to do tomorrow or next week, and they're building that playlist, they may not save your workouts, because the production value of a live is not as high as the production value of a produced workout. So it's really hard for them to see past that. So they're just two very different things. It's like watching a live sporting event versus watching a television show from 10 years ago. Like, it's just, you know, people want to see it live. No one watches the Super Bowl the day after, or very few people. You know, so it's kind of, if that makes any sense to you, I think now your next obvious step would be to start producing some content to go along with your live. So then you can say, like, you know, you've got your new content coming up, and then you can promote that you're doing a live stream once a week or 3 times a week or whatever. That's just my take on it.
I guess my question is, who's the target market? Is this being pushed anywhere else? Like, do you want people to do the workouts, then go to the website and purchase something, get something, be part of something bigger? Or are you just solving the problem of, if you're bored, you can do HIIT with me twice a week?
Yeah, Val, you can, Victoria, you can answer that in the comments there and just let us know.
And just keep in mind, I'm only going based on what we have here. So I'm not too sure if there is a proper flow, or if the whole thing is just to create some influence. Because to me, like, YouTube is all about captivating and monetizing. Mm-hmm. So how are you captivating people, and how are you monetizing? If it's just through viewers, and we talked about this before, or are you using this to get people onto your website, into a challenge, into another offer, et cetera, et cetera. So, because if I can be very blunt, if it's just 2 times a week live HIIT, I think that's a very hard model to monetize greatly on.
Yeah.
And especially if it's just live. If it's you're creating a community for people who are extremely busy, now what you're doing is your avatar is the busy person who wants to work out in a very short amount of time. And if that's the case, again, I don't know what the sequence is after this. If there's nutrition stuff, a challenge or a 90-day transformation or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you love doing the lives, I would recommend to both like have your lives, have some instructional. And again, I haven't gone through the whole the thing yet. But being live and just doing HIT only solves a small problem for a small amount of people. And it also, you know, from a SWOT analysis, there are a lot of threats because of that, because if people don't show up live, they don't come at all. And if you aren't directing them into something else, you're also not really captivating that as well, or monetizing on that as well. Just trying people in general, more subs general.
Let me see where we're at here. We're way behind. Movavi is easy. Okay. Hey, CelebFit. Glad you made it. Sharon, I think I need glasses.
Would you like me to read this to you?
Yeah, maybe.
Where are we here?
Here, we'll just go through. Guys, if by any chance I've missed any questions, just ask them again, just so they go back down to the bottom again, and we'll get to them. There's a few coming here. I'm not a huge fan of Premiere, though I edit it for my actual job, social media managing for a company. I prefer Final Cut, more simple for me. Yeah, I mean, you can make the Premiere interface the same as Final Cut, which I found out after the fact. But Premiere just has a few more toys to play with. And to me, it's more universal. More companies are using Premiere as opposed to Final Cut now. So if you have to interact with other companies where you're sharing work, being on Premiere is better. But if it's just internal, I mean, and you're just taking it and putting it right up on social media or something, you're good with Final Cut too. I like that a lot. Regan said if we're posting workouts to not cross promote in other places, what if we aren't posting that? Regan, you said if we are posting workouts to not cross promote on other places, what if we aren't posting that? I'm not sure what you mean, CelebFit. Yeah, I don't agree with. Not that I don't agree. I don't recommend posting on other platforms.
What do you mean by that?
What's that?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so here's the problem with. There's two different ways to look at it. It really comes down to what your brand strategy is. If your strategy is building your YouTube channel, if that's what's at the forefront here. If I produce a workout that's 20 minutes long, and then I go and I post it on Instagram.
Gotcha.
And I get up, it's 10:50 in the morning. I post a thumbnail and say, hey, check out, new workout just dropped, which I do every now and again. The only reason I do it is for actual product deals I've got going on. If it weren't for that, I wouldn't do it. So I'll post new workout just dropped, check it out, blah, blah, blah. Here's what's going to happen. My Instagram is a collection of people I know, fitness people I've never met, all things like that. I don't think there's a lot of people doing my workouts that are on Instagram. They're going to click, let's say somebody is driving on the subway on their way to work, whatever they're doing, they're clicking on my video, probably at a pure nosiness. They're watching it for 15 or 20 seconds, shutting it off, going about their day. Nobody's going to look at like, oh, Regan's got a new workout. Let me go change and go do it. That doesn't happen. People, they build their playlists in advance. They shortlist what they want to do, and then they pick it here or there. When I post it on Instagram, they click through, they watch it for 10 seconds, they check out. The more people that do that, it basically, it brings down my average watch time. Your average watch time goes down. That tells the algorithm that the video is not good because they're seeing that people are checking out 10 seconds into your workout. So it's kind of like, what's that thing, cut off your nose to spite your face or something. So it may be good to build but I don't need sympathy likes from Instagram on my YouTube channel. It just doesn't work. Now, this channel, I can share a little bit more on Instagram. It's a little different because this is not content that requires somebody to physically do something. So I could probably get it if it's a really interesting video or if it's a short or something like, but usually with that stuff, I'll just post it on Instagram and then I'll just let it do its thing. Like Instagram, I'm just using that as an example, has nothing to do with my strategy to build my channels on YouTube. And quite honestly, it's worked because I don't share this stuff on Instagram. I'll post it on Instagram and leave it there. Whatever happens, happens. I'm focused on here. And that's why over the last 8 weeks, I went from getting 1 or 2 new subscribers a day to now this channel gets 10 or 15 because I've got it well populated now. It's very specific content for fitness people looking to build their YouTube channels, and the algorithm fully understands what it is, which means it fully understands who to present my content to. So when people find the channel, you're always going to have maybe 1 or 2 people that don't agree with what I say. That's fine. But for the most part, I'm getting a lot of people finding the channel. They're so happy they found it. They can't believe they're just finding it now. And it's not that the channel is so perfect. It's that the channel it's what they're looking for, because there's not a lot of people on YouTube saying, this is how you can make your channel better. This is how you can make your channel better. Try this. Or I tried this and this is what happened. This is how you get sponsors. Everything has to do with building a YouTube channel into a business. So it's so specific. And that's why I tell you guys to be specific with your content as well and not be jumping all around. I don't care what you had for breakfast this morning. I don't care that everyone asks you what the secret is to your butt. Like, that stuff doesn't work. And I will fight with anybody who wants to argue with me on that. It doesn't work. That's selfish content for your own vanity purposes. And it does not work. If you're trying, if your goal is likes and accolades and stuff, go for it. But if your goal is to actually build a brand, then do it properly. And yeah, that's I'm done. Anything you want to add to that?
I think you covered that pretty well.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. There are people that will say that I'm nuts for saying not to cross promote. But if I am going to cross promote, I think Facebook works far better. But I mean, there are people that, again, that I've done consults for that are in this live stream right now, who I have shown them how sending stuff over to Facebook is affecting their watch time on their videos, and it's affecting click-through rates, and it all just spirals because of that. You think you're getting, it's almost like people that will take, take fat burners or things for false energy, not realizing that they're going to crash later. It's not. It's kind of the same thing. It's not basically building up to something. It's a quick fix.
Gotcha.
All right. My Canon zooms in too close on 4K. Does the Sony do the same? Kim, I looked into this for you, and I've seen that it looks like some of the cheaper cameras. And I don't mean that by it, like more, I guess, let's say consumer cameras. Like my Sony camera is a $4,000 camera, as opposed to your Sony camera is probably under $1,000. So apparently there's something there where 4K zooms in. And I've never heard why. There doesn't seem to be a fix to it, but it's something that happens in the cheaper camera. So in your case, do 1080 when you're filming. You can still do, like, your room is not that big, so you could still do some subtle punch-ins or zoom-ins on your content and not have too much quality loss. 4K is just, you'll get no quality loss when you punch it in. So the only other thing I could recommend is try, I think if you use the 4K on your GoPro, that you can punch in on, and it doesn't really affect the quality loss. I'm not sure of that, but so that could be something if you wanted to try that. Kirsten, do you have any info on how I can get help with post-production? I don't have a lot of time with classes and clients. I currently have a virtual assistant who helps me with my hour-long videos. Kirsten, there's lots of people out there that do it. You can even talk to me. I do it for some clients. It really just depends on the frequency and how much stuff you're looking to get done, because you want to make sure that, you keep this within, obviously, a budget that is conducive to growth of your channel. So Kirsten was one of the other channels that we were going to look at today. We're going to try, Sharon. We're just trying to get through everyone's questions first, and then we're going to jump on there. What's a follow-up from? But what if we were posting fitness-related stuff, but it's not a follow-along workout? I think, Celeb, because I think, because we follow each other on Instagram, you're posting that to Instagram. You're not sharing it from YouTube. So you're not trying to pull the traffic across. So really it's a moot point. It's not going to affect your YouTube because you're putting it on that channel. So yeah, so I don't think that's a concern for you, but it's basically when you're doing, like long form workout content and then sharing it to Instagram. It's not something that somebody's going to watch for an extended period of time unless they're participating. And if you're posting it at a random time of day, they're not going to participate. Most people are not going to. I can go up to somebody in a gym and say, hey, let's go do a class. And we're in the gym and the class is right there and he's dressed. He probably still won't do the workout. Like, people don't do that on a whim like that. It's more of a planned process. So that's what happens with Instagram. Yeah. Here's insight into my channel, which Regan and I discussed. I post on my Facebook that I have new videos. My YouTube analytics show majority of people coming to my channel from Facebook. Is this a problem? I can't remember what we discussed with yours, Sharon. I think yours was okay. What happens sometimes, though, is you'll see, like what we found with your channel, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to bring up your analytics, but Facebook was driving the majority of your traffic, which that's wrong. YouTube search should be driving your traffic, and that's why you're not growing. So I mean, like, for example, Facebook, I think accounts for maybe 5% of my traffic, whereas YouTube search engine is 60% of my traffic. And that comes down to keywords and titles. People are finding my videos on YouTube and they're searching for workouts, and they're searching for workouts on YouTube because they're ready to do one. So when you're posting on Facebook, you are getting some click-throughs. I think your watch time was okay. So I don't think it's an issue for you, but it's just a matter of keeping an eye on the analytics. And, but that was if I'm not mistaken, that was a few weeks ago, but I think you have to focus on YouTube search, getting that percentage up, because I think it was lower than your Facebook watch time, if I'm not mistaken. You can take that one. I'm tired. My mouth's sore.
Which one are we taking here?
Slip Fit.
Do you think it's important to interact with others online, doing similar things to build those relationships, or focus more on your own channel and not so much interaction with others? I think it would be great to network with people that are not in direct competition with you that could either help assist you. But so here, I'll go on a completely random analogy here. I think one of the most looked at sites that I see on YouTube every day is from Drumeo.
Who?
Drumeo. So Drumeo is the #1 drumming web.
Oh, I have that. Was a.
So Jared Falk is the owner. I had the great opportunity to. I hounded that guy for 3 months to speak to him, because I want to know, how does a guy who's not a professional drummer, has 12 million subscribers on YouTube, or no, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, makes 12 million a year monetizing that, but from his membership sites and everything else. So I really dove into what they did, how they solved their problems, how they interact with everyone else, and what they did. It took them 7 years to build up this channel. And to me, I think what they focused on the most was how to provide quality content every single week, listen to the people that are watching, answer their questions, and continue giving good products. I don't know how important it is to interact with other people doing the similar things. And to me, like, I see too many people doing that, doing the comparison thing, the imposter syndrome, stuff like that. I would say if you're starting this and you're trying to build this, your #1 focus is your ideal client and your avatar. That should be the #1 focus first, to grow everything, to listen to them, and then to do anything else out of that in terms of your networking and stuff like that.
I'm just trying to find the channel.
Celeb Fitness.
Celeb Fitness. Yeah, put it in right. Not coming up. Okay. Val, I have a friend near her who has more success on Instagram with lives. She has 740,000 followers, and YouTube almost 30,000 subs. She's 3 major sponsors. She's an athlete and bodybuilder. Val, for the people in like the athlete bodybuilder realm, most definitely supplement companies look at Facebook and Instagram as far more valuable than YouTube. And I fought this till I was blue in the face because I think they're crazy. But it is what it is. I know of people that are making well into the six figures in sponsorships for Instagram posts. It's insane. But the big brands that have the money to do that and to jump into like that celebrity status thing, they can do that. From a product standpoint, my pitch when I reached out to like 200 plus different companies trying to get sponsorships, my pitch is that I've got people's attention. Oh, of course. Really, you said enough. We're shutting down. Sorry, guys. We're in 2015 here. The average watch time on my channel is like 8 or 9 minutes. So I've got people's attention on a daily basis on average for 8 or 9 minutes. You know how many times I can name drop a product and talk about a product and lace a product into whatever I'm doing? A lot, as opposed to Instagram and Facebook, whose algorithms don't even let half the posts get onto the main walls of most people. And when people are scrolling through on their phones and stuff like that, it just flies by. Now, again, there's still value there because obviously those platforms are used a ton. But I prefer to focus because I'm not a celebrity, and I know that I'm not going to get paid big dollars to endorse stuff on Instagram. And so the company I worked with, when we put more serious money out, we put it out on YouTube and Instagram. Those are the two big things. And it was just YouTube towards the end because I screamed and yelled about it as much as I could. But so I mean, the bodybuilding community is still very Instagram heavy, and that's where those companies want to have a presence. But I do think you're going to see that change. Remember the day I said that. You're going to see that change. Anything to add to that?
I think define success and where. So I mean, you can have a extremely successful business having none of these. You can have an extremely successful business just having a Facebook page. You can have a phenomenal business just having business cards. Mm-hmm. I think what we need to realize here is what is the purpose of this attention that we're trying to grab, and where is it leading people towards? Yep. How long have you started? So someone already had. Someone has 740,000 followers, and maybe they didn't start YouTube at the same time. There's a factor there as well. But I'm curious to see what most people want to get out of this, what they're defining success is by growing this. Monetary, likes, views, that kind of stuff.
I think that's a big part of it too, guys. Like, I think people come at it from different perspectives. I think there are people who do this for attention. And I'm not saying that's anybody in this live stream. It could be. I think there's people that it's kind of like a dream job if they could make it work and make enough money. But it really, I think people, any business, there's no quick fix to this stuff. And again, even just jumping back into the supplement industry, 3-4 years ago, if you had a nice butt, all you have to do is picture of butt, this, and people always ask me what I take for protein. Well, I like to take that crap. If it's still working, I don't see it because I've muted every one of those. And I look at myself as that average majority. It doesn't work anymore. People are looking for genuine content, and they're looking for it does not work anymore in that sense. And I totally lost my train of thought. But
we're talking about people like what they're using their YouTube account for. If it's just for the likes, that kind of stuff. And a simple strategy that I tell people is that anytime you're creating awareness on what you do, follow this strategy. Awareness should go into engagement, because if you have all this awareness, you have 750,000 people looking at you, but no one's engaging with you. You're blocked. Engagement should go into subscription. Subscription should go into conversion, which means you're getting money. And then once you're getting money, how do you actually excite people and send them into various different programs and keep them on your page or into new programs as well? But a lot of people are so fixated on that awareness. How many people are seeing me as opposed to that engagement, subscription, and conversion? So that's why usually when the first questions I usually get, especially with your YouTube page, and check this out, I'm like, what kind of engagement are you looking for, subscription, or how are you looking to monetize this? Because I think that will directly impact what you're using the page for. That I think a lot of people are kind of missing sometimes. They're just starting a page and they're like, I got so many people following me. Following you for what though? And if they're not really engaging and they're not really converting into financials, that to me is where the business setup is usually
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I talk about a lot too. Like, it's still, we're in that zone where people are like, they live or die by likes and subscribers. And with YouTube, it's click-through rate and watch time. Those are your measurables. That defines success. And the other stuff is people focus more on the other stuff because there's almost like a vanity thing where they want more subscribers and they almost put that on more on a pedestal, and they just live or die by that. And it's like, that's not important anymore. That's why YouTube just recently started a thing where they're now monetizing videos that go viral. They're monetizing it themselves because they realize that, well, if a channel doesn't have any subscribers and they don't have the 4,000 watch hours, but they post a picture or a video of their Cocker Spaniel doing something funny and it gets 20 million views, they're missing the boat. Right. So they have forced their hand now. This happened a few months ago. They're going to monetize those videos because it's a huge opportunity. And so that's the thing, is it's not judged by, I mean, I think there's value in my channel. My channel only has 500 or so subscribers. At one point, a lot of you guys were here and it only had 100 subscribers. So it doesn't matter to me. I could have, if I wanted to be more on the vain side of this, I could have posted these videos on my other channel that has 15, 16,000 subscribers and probably would have got more views right away, but I would have been doing more damage to that account because those people are there for the workouts. They don't want to hear me talk about this stuff. So anyway, we're probably getting off track here, but that's my opinion on that. We're trying to catch up on questions, guys. My apologies. I have a good DSLR, but find it too bulky to take to the gym or around. What's a good camera for vlogging and walking around? Get a GoPro. So that's probably good. Get one of those Gorilla Pods, they're called. If you've got a good smartphone, that works as well. And you can just put it on. You can wrap it around equipment or set it up as a mini tripod.
Love my GoPro.
Yeah, exactly. I told you to get that, didn't I?
You did. Yeah. I got it.
Another happy customer.
Let's see any questions through here.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I don't want to miss it. Do I have a video where help us read analytics to understand and help us? I don't SlubFit, but I do the consultations. Like Sharon has spoken highly about hers several times. Kim has had a consultation done. That's it. But I don't know if you posted videos yet. Obviously, there's no point in getting into that until you've posted probably 15 or 20 videos. But you let me know. We can always sidebar on it, and it could be something that we could do. Oh, you don't have a channel yet? Okay, yeah. So there's no point in looking at your analytics. So Neil, how do we know what videos people want when the videos have low engagement? Do we use analytics? You don't know what people want, other than, I mean, I've spoken every month. I do my video on Google Trends, and I present to you guys the top 25 rising trends for workout searches. These are not the top ones that are oversaturated. These are the ones that are coming up. And as I've spoken about, the ones that are coming up all the time right now that are the huge opportunity ones: seniors training, kids training, spin bike workouts, or like exercise bike workouts, poor man's Peloton. But it's what it is. It's a $2,000 bike that people can't afford, but they're getting engulfed in the marketing, and everybody's got that exercise bike with their panties hanging on it in the background, and so they're going to try and figure it out. So start doing that. Something that started rising a few months ago was curl bar workouts. I'm like, what's this? So I did some research. Bowflex came out with their version of kind of like that Select Tech curl bar. And so now people are buying them. There's no content for it. So opportunity for you guys. So, and you guys don't have to wait till the first of the month to use Google Trends. It's free. Everybody's got access to it. But I do that every month. They're great to go through. Always some surprises in there, but that's one way to start looking at those rising searches and basically create content to fill those voids on YouTube before they become really popular searches. And aside from that, Zeniel, it's really, as we said, you look at your analytics, and sometimes you have to kind of turn the camera on yourself. If you think your workout's really good, but people are abandoning it early, if you're not getting a lot of interaction or comments, then there could be something with the production that needs to be worked on. There could be something with, maybe the instructions aren't proper. Maybe it needs an interval timer so they can follow. Maybe they're having a hard time following it. There's always things like that from the production side that can be improved upon, and everybody can always be improving upon that stuff. So that would be my take as far as the analytics go. Anything from the work side of you want to add?
I think engaging people in your videos and like starting your videos off with like, hey guys, we want to hear from you. What do you like? What don't you like? And ask the viewers, make it about them. Hey guys, I love doing these videos for you every week. I'm pumped to show you some more tips and tidbits. I want to hear your comments below. Let me know what you want to see next week. I want to do something for you. Engage them. Yeah. Talk to them.
That's why I did these live streams. Is I was creating stuff based on what I felt were problem points. And yes, I'm changing the battery in a second. But I don't know what everybody's, I can guess what problems are, but there's people that spoke of problems they were having that never occurred to me. So that's why I started doing the live streams. This is my way of asking you guys where you're having problems. So you can chat away while I change the batteries here. We're going to go down dark for a second, guys.
What would you like me to talk about here, Regan? Look, I got the floor all to myself. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Joe Arko here filling in for Regan Rogerson as he's filling up his coffee right now. And today we are talking about YouTube and monetization. Ask me a question, Regan. What do you want to talk about?
Where do you want?
Give me something to talk about. How about we talk about influence? Influence.
Sure.
We're still live here with no battery? Okay. It's something that Sarah and I talk about a lot is how to increase your influence, because at the end of the day, if you want people to watch your stuff and you're guiding them, essentially what you are is you're now the influencer to them. And we've actually broken down influence into 6 different topics. And there's 6 basically laws of influence. And as you guys are doing your videos, as you guys are showing up live, as you guys are showing up on your YouTube channels, there's 6 things that you guys should be really focusing on to make sure that your viewers are loving you. The first thing is, the law of you, making sure that people, like whenever you go to a YouTube channel, you get an idea of who those people are. Yeah. You get to know about the brand story. You get to know about, allow people to love you as a brand. Yeah. Number 2 is the law of alignment. Do you actually serve, like do you actually love what you do? If you're getting into yoga, are you a yogi? If you're getting into HIIT training, are you dabbling into it? Or are you actually are you diving all in? Are you aligned with what you're teaching? If you're the kettlebell person, are you everything kettlebell? Yeah. Number 3 is understanding the law of the hero. Now, Regan, who is the hero of the video? So everyone thinks that you're the hero, and the hero is the person watching the video. So make sure that the person watching the video feels like the hero. You understand their pain points. You understand what they're looking for, and you're talking directly to them. Law number 4 is the law of the guide. And that's really what we are in these videos. We're guiding them, right? Mm-hmm. We're guiding people to say, hey, I get you. It's hard to wake up in the morning and you have low energy. Try this. Hey, I get you. It's hard to find time during the day to get in a good workout. Follow me for this 5-minute HIIT interval training. Number 5 is polarity. Polarity works very well. Mm-hmm. What do you stand for? What are your beliefs? If you're a HIIT training person, why is HIIT better than anything else? Mm-hmm. Right? So people like to know where, if there's a line in the sand, where are you on that line? Yeah. And then last thing is creativity and just being able to stand out and be able to stretch. Yeah. So are you creative with your work? Are you constantly looking for new and innovative ways of making yourself look awesome? So when you're looking at putting videos out there, and I look at YouTube right now, and it's kind of like, being a, putting out a CD and you want people to listen to your music. Yep. And if you really want people to spend time out of their day, you better make sure that message is very clear. It's very fun. You're captivating them, and you're able to solve that problem better than anyone else. Mm-hmm. So to me, looking at are you influencing people properly? Not just putting out content. We're not short of content at all. Yeah, we have enough content, but really looking at influencing people, to me, is one of the number one things when you're looking at creating channels and growing your channels is being that influencer and looking at different ways to influence people.
Super.
videos.
All right, fine. Absolutely agree. I'm not that person. I want to make videos to help people be healthy and have fun. Definitely, Val. And I can tell you're having fun on your channel. I see the videos come up. I haven't watched your newest one yet. I saw it come up yesterday, reviewing a kitchen scale, I think it was. Sharon, I agree. Change my personal training 101 to reach people who can't train in the gym. It's a good model. Has to go in 10 minutes. Yeah, Sharon, we'll try and get to the channel. We might even get to it after you leave, but I'm just trying to catch up on a lot of questions today. So, what would you say is, in my opinion, is the number one no-no on YouTube? My opinion is selfish content, making it about yourself. And I didn't invent selfish content. It's a Gary Vee thing, but he's very correct on it. Too many people, they try and twist it into something about themselves. Hey guys, people always ask me what I do to have a nice round butt. Well, I like to do squats. And how you do a squat is everyone knows how to do a squat. Like they do. You can still do a tutorial on it, but nobody's asking that person how they do squats because people don't ask those kind of questions. And it's just one of the, like, they find ways to say, hey guys, this is my grocery aisle. This is what everyone asks me what I eat in a day. And it's like, nobody's asking you what you eat in a day. You want people to, so you're just going to create a video about it. So it's constantly, it's I do this, me this, me this. And to me, that's the biggest no-no. It's selfish content. It's being laid out in a way to put yourself over. And I think it's just better off to get on there and explain things based on your experiences and your knowledge of things. And I've said as well, and this is something that Joe and I talk about, is there are a lot of fitness business coaches out there, and I hate most of them. I respect this guy for the simple fact that I know that he has carried the weight of a large health club on his shoulders. I'm sure he's cried himself to sleep at night, as I have as well. The stuff that I know, whether it be about YouTube or about the fitness industry in general, is from 20 plus years of failure, of me making mistakes and then trying to show you guys how to not make that mistake. And that's where it comes from. You don't just snap your fingers one day and decide you're going to be, now a fitness business coach, and I'm going to teach you how to make your gym succeed. Oh, okay. Where's your gym? Oh, I've never owned a gym. Then how do you know? You know, and again, I've been in partnerships in gyms where people involved in partnerships wanted to hire people in Los Angeles to tell us on a little tiny town on Prince Edward Island how to run our gyms. And the fact of the matter is, aggressive big city tactics on how to grow a gym will not work in a town of 10,000 people. They might lynch us. So it just, that's kind of my thing when it comes to that. Speak to things that you know about. Don't try and act like you know about something you don't. It's just risky. And try and keep it not about yourself. Try and provide a service for people.
I want to help them with this.
Okay.
So take that exact same situation. Hey guys, in case you're wondering how I got this amazing ass, I know you've been wondering. I want to show you my 3 best tips on getting the ass just like me. Now you can talk about the same thing because essentially what you want to do is give someone 3 awesome exercises to try. Mm-hmm. Now you can spin that. You know, you can easily say, you know what, finding exercises to sculpt your glutes can be very frustrating. There's so much information out there, blah, 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 blah. These are the 3 exercises that I love using with my clients and with people just like you, people that blah, 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 blah. So you can do the same message, but like you were saying, spin it, speak to them. Hey guys, I know you're very confused by YouTube, and today I want to help you with this. Not here's my YouTube channel and what really helped me. Mm-hmm. Same content, just different pitch and delivery. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but I think if anyone wants to get better on sharing their message on TV, go back and watch every infomercial ever made.
Yeah.
The infomercial game has not changed in fucking 50 years. Oh, I dropped my first F-bomb. I'm so sorry.
It hasn't changed. Channel now. You just killed the channel.
Watch how they speak to the audience. They make, and every human being has been caught watching an infomercial longer than they should have. Because you got connected emotionally going, they're talking to me. That is my freaking problem.
Yep.
And you have the solution to that problem. And if I act now, blah, blah, blah. And they get so good at emotionally connecting you to the problem they're going to solve. My suggestion is be very quick and efficient at emotionally connecting your viewer to the problem that you're about to solve for them. And that's what's going to keep them hooked. That's what's going to keep them feeling engaged with you and feeling listened to.
Mm-hmm. Watch Richard Simmons for 10, 15 minutes.
Exactly.
I've seen that guy live, how he works a room. And trust me, there's a method to his madness. And he was one of the trending searches last month.
Sweating the oldies, baby.
Well, he's the king. And,
yeah.
And two things that it told me is that, number one, the traditional aerobics content is not gone. There's still an audience that likes it, and it shows the power of an emotional connection, because that guy built a career not on his physique and not on necessarily his workouts, but he's a fun guy. He's very sensitive, and whether he does or not, and I do think he does, he genuinely cares, or he makes you feel like he cares about you, even though he doesn't see you. He sucks people connected in that way. I watched him at a CanFit probably 7 or 8 years ago now. And I watched him go through the crowd. There was not one hand that didn't get shaken. The smiles on people's faces just to be close to him, and that it was just, he went through there. Like, it was beautiful the way this guy ran a room. Like, this is not, I mean, I do think it's who he really is, but he also realizes who he really is works. And he does not leave one hand unshaken. He went through that room. And again, you don't hear him get on and talk about things. He has talked about his obesity in the past, but that's learning from his experience. He's not talking about why he's so smart at food. He's talking about his trouble with eating issues in the past. And he ties it into a good message, and he focuses on the actual consumer. And he's made a lot of money doing it. What's on your shirt, Joe?
A girl giving the finger in lingerie. Pulp setup shot.
Is it Bunny?
Bunny. Yeah.
Oh, Bunny. Okay.
Shout out to Bunny.
Screen went black. It's black. Yeah, guys, the screen went black because I mentioned yesterday that I stepped on an HDMI cable and basically took out my camera. So 2 minutes before yesterday's broadcast, I had to pull an old camera off the shelf, rig it up. So that's why the screen is a little bit cropped, and you can see the lines in my hands. Best we can do today. New cables coming today. We'll be good by next week. Living Love Fit. That was great stuff, Joe. Any book recommendations regarding the 6 Laws of Influence?
I'll have to get Sarah to write the book, because she wrote the 6 Laws of Influence. She has a course on it that she's running pretty soon as well. I'm going to go through them. Write these down, guys. It's just like 1 to 6. It's the law of you, the law of alignment, the law of the hero, the law of the guide, the law of polarity, and the law of creativity. Those are 6 main things when you want to influence people. Make sure people love you, your brand story, people that you're aligned with what you're teaching, that you know your ideal client and you make them the hero. Like, that's the number one thing is making your viewer the hero. Mm-hmm. Making them feel like you know exactly who they are. You're their guide. They know what your beliefs are, where that line in the sand is. Like you said with your channel, you're not posting 55 different things.
Yeah.
This is what I aim to do. And then the creativity is always making sure you're stretching yourself. You're staying up with the competition. You're learning new apps and how to make your shit look really good, stuff like that. But Sarah Fennell, wife, partner, she's got a course on that.
What and we're not at the very end yet, but even still, where's the best spot for people to connect with you?
Instagram.
Yeah. It's just at Joe Arko, right?
Joe_Arko.
So there you go. I'll put it in the comments here, guys.
Sarah's, if you want more information on that as well, Sarah's Sarah Fennell.
At Joe _ARKO. Go and at just one no H, right? At Sarah.
Yeah, let me just make sure. Sarah.Fennell.
Sarah.Fennell.
Apparently, she's got the dot.
2 N's or 1 N?
2 N's.
So that's Joe and his partner/partner.
His partner/partner.
Well, business partner/life
partner.
So if you guys want to connect with Joe on there as well, they do a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff than what I do here, but good content. And it'll be in the description, and we'll hit her up again at the end as well.
What else is there?
What's that?
What else can we talk about?
Well, we've got like 3 people waiting for their channels to get reviewed.
Okay.
Speaking of Richard Simmons, I taught good old-fashioned aerobics classes for at least a decade, 3 times a week.
Nice.
You should try that, Val. Do some old school aerobics. I'd even put the outfits on.
Like for exercise.
Yeah. I've thought different times about reviving the 20-minute workout. If I could build some kind of a thing I could spin.
Nice.
And just put I think there's probably an audience for it.
There's an audience for everything.
All right. So we are caught up in the comments. So if you guys don't have questions, we can jump into looking at a couple channels here. Kirsten, are you still on there? I know we've been on for a while, so. See who we got. I know Val's still here, so we'll see, Val, if I can connect. Actually, you know what? We'll just look at I won't get into the analytics, Val. We'll just look at the front line. And do a screen share. Where is it? Oh, Krishna, okay. So we'll look at yours, Val. Just give me 1 sec here. All right, Home Workout Health Club. This is Val's channel. As Val had mentioned, she is probably one of the very first people to follow my channel. Her channel has had a few iterations over time, but Val
is the first suggestion.
Yep.
Up here. First thing I'd like to see is like Home Workout Health Club helping.
Yep.
What is it? Who is this for?
Yep.
Is it for anyone who works out at home? Is it for a specific person that works out at home? Is it for the high intensity person? Is it just for the person just starting?
Yeah.
That'd be probably my first comment would be like Home Workout Health Club helping so with blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And Val, that would be one of the first things whenever I do an assessment for people. I basically start with this where I go to the main page and I'll dissect what I think the problem is. Then we go into the analytics and I'll tell you what's happening in the analytics based on the aesthetics. And Val, like a few quick things that I'll give you pointers. Same picture here and here, unnecessary. Like I would use maybe the logo. I did look at your logo and I do think it was a great effort, but as I had mentioned to you, the text font was so small and there was multiple colors and all that. Like I think you should find two brand colors. And I think one of them should be a nice popping color. And then one of them should be more of a monotone, like a gray or a white or something like that. And that should be your banner, your thumbnails, and your logo. So yeah, so it's kind of like wasted space when you've got the same picture in both places there. And Joe's absolutely right. Like if you go now to my new, I just created a new banner for my channel because I'm starting to understand what my vlog channel is. And I'm realizing that it really doesn't have to be a big listing of cardio workouts, kettlebell workouts, dumbbell workouts. It just has to be some sort of a mission statement, bullet point of what your channel is that connects with people. So like on my channel now, if I go to my channel, of course I can't. Oh, no, there it is. So when I go to Fitness Market Hub, build your fitness brand. And I'm same mistake as you made. The reason is that this I didn't put in there yet, so I just started basically making the changes. But that's the thing. Initially, I would have had more stuff on there, like referring to individual things, and I don't think it's necessary. I think people just need to find exactly what it is. So Val, in your case, if it's and I know you're doing a few things now with product reviews, but if your focus was over 40, or if it was women's training and product reviews, or if it's finding kind of what that little initial 5 words you can put up there, because Home Workout Health Hub, it's right down here, so that's your channel name. And so up here you could have it. So that's the thing, the banner and the thumbnail I would probably update. I live in the apartment. The neighbor downstairs bangs on my floor when I jump around.
Actually, the Richard Simmons workouts.
Yeah, the roads. And then we get into the workouts. Now, same thing. And I think you and I have actually even talked about this. You need to come up with a thumbnail aesthetic. And this is something that I am trying to create for the Buy Me a Coffee thing up here, is something you guys can buy and you can like just slide a picture into. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but when I'm looking at your channel from I have a pretty 30-inch monitor that's about 3 feet away, and my eyes are fair at best, but I can't see any of your titles. So if I'm on my phone, it could be the same thing. And I also see yellow, red, purple, blue. Like, I think to compete with some of these bigger brands, it's good for you to have a brand aesthetic, but with a small channel feel. So you can add that personal touch, which a lot of those bigger companies can't. And I think that's something that's special about you, is that you are very likable, and somebody that people can connect with. But at the same time, having a nice polished brand aesthetic. So if every thumbnail had the same font and the font nice and large so people can see it, and the same color scheme, and then maybe a logo up in the corner. And you'll see that, like, some of the channels I've worked with, their thumbnails are all very similar, because I tried to create something that's simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. I'm not a fan of Canva. I know a lot of you guys use Canva. I think too many people use Canva and you get lost in the shuffle. So I'd rather see you use something where you just slide a nice picture in, and then you've got the same font kind of in roughly the same area, and everything just kind of looks polished in that sense.
Can I ask you what your thoughts are? Because you're more of an expert on this than me. But I noticed here that we have some of the workouts, so workout 5, workout 3, whatever.
Yep.
We have the reviews. When you have your templates, would you have maybe like one scheme for all the workouts, so it's easy to find, and maybe one scheme for the reviews, and have that?
Well, see,
different?
now that's the videos page. So we go to the home page. So that's the other thing, Val. You need to set up your playlists. So she does have that done, but these playlists, Val, should be on your homepage. Here, I'll give you a subscribe. I'm on my Trainer Hub channel, so you just got a new subscriber too. I know Trainer Fitness Marketing Hub subscribes to you. I guess Trainer Hub didn't. That's my kids actually. There's stuff there. So
let me see your playlist. Dance workouts, self-help videos, new for visitors, healthy eating. Okay. Hello, puppies.
Well, you'll be good. So now Val has spent a few months kind of trying to find herself in terms of what she's doing. So she's done some product reviews. She's done some videos with no talking. She's done some where she's talking. She's done some dance inspired. So now she's at the point, I think, where and now this is the shorts that we talked about. And like, look at that. Crazy 11, hashtag shorts, 622 views. Look at that compared to the rest.
Right.
So this is the thing, guys. You can see with Val's shorts that this one's 6,000 in comparison to everything else.
Oh, wow.
This hashtag shorts thing, guys, I don't know the first thing about it, other than my understanding is it's trying to compete with TikTok. And so they're rewarding and promoting shorts. So, and Val's doing the same thing where she's kind of, this is not connected to her channel. And I would suggest eventually, Val, once you see them slow down, unlist them. Don't delete them, but just make them unlisted so it doesn't mess up the scheme of the channel. But Val posts a lot of workouts. She's very consistent with her stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think, Val, that's the main thing right now is see what she's get Val's response. Moving the next 6 months. No problem, Val. So I think, Val, first and foremost, without looking at the analytics, doing a bit of a facelift on the main channel. So new banner, maybe doing a revised version of the logo you're working on, and a thumbnail template. I think they're very important. And again, like if I look at, I had some before and afters here, but even looking at something like
Drummeo's page.
Ooh,
Drummeo's.
Well, I'm just going to show them one that I did there. Tracy Lynn, move your body. But Tracy, I don't think Tracy's on the live stream today. But Tracy, her channel was kind of the same thing where her early, I've updated a lot of them, but her early thumbnails were a lot like this. different colors, very similar value. You can see in here. Now I basically gave her a template. Now, some of these she has done now, but at least when you go onto her main channel, this was updated, blue and black, logo in there. And I just find that it gives it kind of that nice, like if it were me, I'd want all 3 rows, just blue, black, nice picture in the background. You don't have to canva yourself out. Like just as long as your room is tidy and there's nothing personal that you don't want people to see and stuff. But to me, like seeing that line across with the similar colors, even if it's not done to perfection, it just has a little more of a polished look to it. Your Goals is another one. Kim's channel I've worked with. And I swear, guys, I've subscribed to all of you on my Regan channel. This is the channel my kids watch at home. So the same thing now. As soon as we updated Kim's stuff, we did a new banner for her, did a new logo for her. And she's been playing around with some reds and stuff in her thing. But basically, we started doing the similar aesthetic with more of a greenish yellow and black. So initially, she was doing the Canva, cropping herself out and putting them. I just don't like those. Too many people are using that little soft app. I like this better. I find her being closer to the camera. It's more personable. You kind of get that sense of knowing somebody because, again, fitness is an emotional sale, guys.
Yep.
So just a couple of examples there. But that would be it, Val. That's first and foremost just based on the front end. I think looking into doing that update, banner, logo, and thumbnail. I think it'll make a huge difference, and I think you'll see the difference. Sharon, change thumbnails and banner. Yeah, and Sharon's another great example, guys. If you see her channel, everything's very pristine from the production of her workouts. She's now kind of found herself with the thumbnails, and it looks really good. And Annalene, your thumbnails have always been good, in my opinion. I always thought your channel was very clean and nice. It looked really good. Another good one to look at, guys. Krista Case Pilates, same thing. Krista's vibe is really good. Like, Krista, do you still want us to look at your channel today? I don't have any advice for you because your channel's good. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Am I missing any other questions in there? Well, once it's done, I'll be super busy maintaining your thumbnails. Oop. Yeah, we can talk, Val. I can help you with the logo a little bit. Should I keep all the colors the same? I changed the colors a bit to go with what I'm wearing. I like that green, yellow, and black, Kim, but I do like the red you're using, but I would pick one. Pick one and stick to it. It's one thing if you wanted to match up a little splash, but I think what you were doing is fine. I think that green and yellow, and then you decorated the room similar. I think it looked really good. I wouldn't mess with that, but the red does look good. Don't get me wrong. So if you find you're gravitating more towards the red or it's a color you like, go with that too. I mean, we can even update the logo if you want, but I would pick one. Sharon has to go. No problem, Sharon. We'll talk to you soon. Krista, I'm going to bring up your channel in a second. And Val, no problem. That's what we're here for. Happy to help you.
Thanks, Sharon.
Let me see here. Okay, so get on the right account. Bear with me here, guys. I'm just bringing up Case Pilates. So Krista just got monetized. She's based in Austria. Nice. I find
clean.
Yeah, and she did all this herself.
Very nice.
But she's been after me for weeks to go over her channel, and I haven't had an opportunity to. But that's the thing, like, same thing, Krista. Like, I wouldn't update this a lot, but I would probably change the font
to something that's just a little bit thicker maybe. Otherwise, I like it. It's very similar in style to.
Do you want to show the screen here?
Oh, yeah. Help if you guys can see it. Oops.
Do you need a spot? Do you need a spot?
A spot?
Yeah, he is. Need some help here?
There, I gotta get rid of that thing so I can see my screen share. Share screen. All right. There we go. So, yeah, so I mean, she sticks with the blue, and the only things I would change on here, Krista, and I may have told you this already, I would put on a preview video. I would have it set up so that one of your popular uploads definitely at the top. That's good. Always recommend that, guys. You can basically set up your playlist on your homepage so that the popular videos are at the top. The reason you do that is that's that aesthetic that a lot of you look for with the likes. And so if somebody goes on your channel, they're seeing the videos with the most views. And obviously they have the most views because they seem to be the videos that connect with the audience the best. So they're the best ones to put on the front lines. And then basically after that, like you put your uploads, Pilates ring video. So she's got all that set up perfectly. Yin yoga. So she's got all kinds of playlists set up.
Very clean, very nice.
Yeah, and she's one of the few people that I've seen. Krista got her 4,000 hours of watch time before she got 1,000 subscribers, which very rarely happens. So that means a lot of people are doing these videos. But Krista, I would probably do the same thing where I get a logo or something in here, or I would change up this, improve the font in here a little bit. I would probably remove the center photo instead of having 3 across and then 1 there, because you're also down here as well. So there's a lot of pictures. There might be something else we can put in here just to give it a splash. Colors I have no issue with. So this is one of her most recent videos. And of course, I'm just gonna shut down. Oh, I can't wait till next week when I kick the HDMI cable again. So I don't know if I could do violence or not. So Krista does voiceovers a lot of the time.
Okay.
I find with the voiceover, it's just got a very zen.
They're clean.
Production's
Nice,
good.
Starte wieder in Vierfüßlerstand, deine Handgelenke sind unter der Schulter. Noch mit der Ausatmung einen ganz runden Schritt. Mit der Einatmung kommen die Hängebrücke.
Can I do more guest lives?
Ausatmung
Sure.
runter, aktiviere deinen Bauch, schieb die Hände in den Boden.
But I just find Krista's channel has a very zenness to it.
Yeah.
I think she should find a way to
Einatmung kommen die Hänge.
transcribe the videos and start pushing it in North America.
Spitzen auf.
Because even with the other language, it's just, there's something kind of just like,
Yeah.
relaxed about it. So that would be one thing, Krista, that I think would be interesting to check out, is to find
Deine Wirbelsäule,
a way to transcribe it or something.
die Bewegung.
But I mean, here's another example, guys. She's just in a small room in her house.
Und Stütz.
Nice carpet down there. Like it's clean. A little bit of green on the side.
Ausatmung, schieb zurück.
Doesn't take much. Just very simple, single camera. She has a second camera set up over here somewhere that she'll jump to once in a while.
Schieb dich zurück.
Zen's a good word, Krista.
Yeah.
It's a good English word. Yeah, Val, I agree.
Nice change up there.
Yeah, so she'll change it up once in a while.
Fersen ziehen fest nach hinten.
And I agree. The voice is very calming. That's why I think even in the other language, I think that would do well in the US and Canada and stuff.
Abwechselnd links, rechts, dann Beine ab.
But very good audio, guys, and it shows the importance of good audio.
Hinten raus. Denk wieder an die Länge. Zieh Scheitelpunkt und Ferse auseinander.
So same thing where we started. I helped her out kind of with doing a bit of a thumbnail look and kind of matching the blues up and stuff. But again, I like the full picture as opposed to, this is what she was doing for quite a while, was the white. And I mean, it's a nice calm room. And I think it's in that case, I would show that. But only thing I would say, Krista, is maybe punch in the pictures a little more so they can kind of connect with you a bit more. Like this one up here, I actually find, just because it's nice to kind of, I don't know, there is something psychological there with the trainer-client relationship, and you're still trying to establish that even though you're in a digital environment. So having that close-up picture is the same thing that I had mentioned to Kim at one point with Hit Your Goals, is to come up closer. Shushy, you too. Just because it's just a way for somebody to kind of connect with you. And also the fact that you're an attractive group of people, so you may as well take advantage of that, because a lot of trainers aren't.
They're calling trainers ugly.
With some of them. No offense. Not my trainer, not my audience. So yeah, Krista, that would be it. I don't know what things are in here, but the two things for you are basically, you had made that logo that was quite nice, I thought. I don't know if you're using that or if you're using the one I did for you there. And find a way to hit that North American audience more. I think you do quite well. And that's basically all I can think right now on that one. Anyone want to add?
It was very clean. I like the zenness was very nice.
Yeah. Well, you're seeing it come up.
Yeah.
Love the voice. How clean it looks. Like there's not a lot that can be done to that. Like I'm reaching to find things to give you advice on. But the next step would be to look closer into your analytics, which I'm already a manager on your channel, so I will do that. But I don't think I'm going to find any pain points in there. I think you're just a new channel that's growing steady, and you're monetized now, which is great. And just keep doing what you're doing. So where are we at? 46. I have trouble sleeping. I can hear her talk for hours. Oh, I wouldn't doubt that for sure. It's one of those kind of voices, which I do. I think there's something there that's almost like an ASMR sort of deal. So yeah, guys. So if you guys have any more questions, fire them away. We'll start kind of winding things down now a little bit. In fact, this is the longest I've ever gone in 2 days in a row. But you guys like having guest people on here, so maybe we can get Joe back sometime. If you look in the comments there, I put it earlier, at Joe _Arko on Instagram, if you want to connect with Joe and see what he's up to. And Krista, and Sarah, his partner, is Sarah.Fennell, SARA.FENNELL.
That's right.
There you go. And you guys know where to find me up there. I should have added yours too, I guess.
That's okay.
I just wanted everyone to come to me.
It's okay.
But we got a question coming in. Once you get monetized, do you have to keep the 4,000? No, you don't, Val. Once you hit it and they monetize you, you're good.
You're in the club.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean, like, obviously, there's people that will buy their way into that and then get shot down and they'll get kicked out of monetization. And I have heard of people that have been removed from monetization for some reason. It happened to me because I was monetized years ago, but then they changed the criteria for getting I don't even know if there was criteria before, but once they changed the criteria, I wasn't monetized anymore, and I had to get up to the 4,000 watch hours. But the thing I find interesting about it, and I was looking at my own stats the other day, trying to think what it was. I guess about 18 months ago, I was struggling to get that 4,000 watch hours a year. It keeps going by 365 days. So you'll gain a bit and lose a bit. And it was taking forever. Now in the span of 18 months, I get 8,000 hours of watch time every month now.
Oh, wow.
And that just happened just over a year. So once it gets rolling, and this wasn't like an overnight boom, once it starts going, it's like a groundswell, and you'll see a huge difference. So it's just a matter of getting there. Yeah, Annaline, I forgot to make the Facebook group. I will make it today because I can reach out to a lot of you guys. And if any of you guys are not connected with me on Instagram, it's at Regan_Rogerson up in the corner there. And connect with me. And what I'll do is once I create the channel today, I will post in the Instagram stories so you guys can connect on there as well. Because I think that's definitely a good way to do it. And then I can share these videos on Facebook as well. So we'll do that. And then if there's anybody else you think would be interested in this kind of stuff, of course, feel free to share the channel and the Facebook group and all that with them. So Val's going to connect with you right now. Oh, so yeah, you got some new followers coming in. Look at me. And yeah, guys, I mean, you guys can fire him off questions anytime. Joe's very easy to reach out to and stuff. And he's kind of like me where he just likes what he does. So, and again, like I think he comes at it from different angles, but he understands what you guys are trying to do with YouTube as well. So fire off questions anytime. We'll try and get Joe in more often. Maybe we'll give you your own show. I guess maybe you and Sarah.
The Joe and Sarah show.
As long as it doesn't outdo my show. I'm the star of this network.
Come on, you're the guide. We're the hero. We're the hero, Regan. You want all of your followers to do better than you. That's how good of a guide you are.
Exactly. All right, guys. If you have nothing else to say today, we will cut this off. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, guys.
Especially on a Thursday. Let me know if you find Thursdays better than Wednesdays. I'm not attached to Wednesday. It could change. That's one thing. It was just a random pick. I don't know if evening's better than morning, weekends better than weekdays, but we'll find a time where the most of you can get on here, and that's it. So thank you, guys. I will see you next Wednesday. And for any of you guys that I didn't get to do your channels yet today, Kirsten, I'll reach out to you privately, and I'll do that anyway. So just not on camera. So we are all good.
Excellent.
Celeb Fit, yeah, I will let you know. Just check out my Instagram stories today. I'll post it on there when it's all set. You are both not only pretty but smart too. Thank you, Kim.
We like you, Kim.
All right, guys, have a good one. My dogs have to pee and they're fussing, so we'll call it a day. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you very soon.